Hey, what's up, everybody? It's a special
Surprise.
episode, Saturday, pre-game, the Morning Browns Brew with Mike and Angel because Chad is in Seattle.
Take that, Chad. Hope
Yes,
you're enjoying that rain in Seattle. It's sunny here in Ohio.
it is, but it
Beautiful
rains more
weather.
in Cleveland,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Well, statistics show
Yeah,
that it does. Well, probably did. Well, this year it don't seem like it rained a lot. I feel like we've had good weather this summer and spring. Usually my wife is very on like, it's raining here, we can't do anything. But this year she's been very positive.
yeah,
So,
I haven't because my garden went to crap, so I'm not
oh,
very positive on that.
oh, because we didn't get enough rain.
Yes,
See, so that blows that statistic out of the water.
it does, right out of the water. Just like the hat that I'm not wearing today. I'm doing this show in bedhead, dude. This is awesome. Everybody's so used to me wearing a hat, and today it's not happening.
I wish I had bed head like that. I have a bald head. So, I mean, I wake up with a bald head, not beautiful hair like that.
You don't got to worry about it. It's not so beautiful either. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Browns today. What's going to happen tonight? Will Deshaun Watson play? The left tackle common issue seems to be what's going to happen. Who could we move over to left tackle that'll, if Deshaun plays tonight, possibly make. Is that a beer this early in the morning? You're pre-gaming
No.
for real? Oh, Celsius. Oh,
That's
yeah.
my morning brew. My morning brew.
My morning brew.
It's actually no, it's actually brew. It's a milk stout brought to you by.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, write in the comment, guys, if you think Deshaun Watson's going to play tonight, if he should or if he shouldn't. What are the possibilities of him not playing? I would say pretty big because of that left tackle situation. They're talking about moving somebody over to the left tackle. Obviously, it's going to have to happen before the season starts. Could you move like a guard like Zach Zinter over there? Because Zach Zinter last week in the preseason game played left guard.
And I think his numbers, according to PPR, were actually pretty good there during that. Now, then again,
Yeah.
it was preseason, but I mean, if he can get him some playing time there, that would be great. And it's just raining in Seattle all day, so
Yeah.
you have to understand. Yeah, I got the weather map up. I don't think that's. I mean, we can argue: should he play? Should he not play? The left tackle, right tackle, any tackle. I think they don't want him to play because of that rain. Like, why are you going to have a starter who doesn't have a good left tackle go out there and play and risk injury 2 weeks before the season starts? I think that would be insane to do, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I honestly think, like we talked about earlier, I think it might be DTR or Huntley coming in for a majority of the gameplay. Because you're going to have after this game, it's cuts. It's cut time.
I mean, also too, you're gonna want. I know a lot of fans are gonna be like, "Well, Deshaun Watson should play." I don't think he hasn't played all preseason. So what is one series going to do for him? I don't think it's going to do a lot. But you have an argument. He should throw the ball. We want to see how he looks, whatever, get used to the offense for a series or two. But maybe they also, the plus side is get value out of your two quarterbacks. You don't know who's going to be your third quarterback. Maybe hype one up enough to where a team is interested in them to get some trade value. I know there was a lot of DTR trade rumors last week for a 7th-round pick or so, or a 6th-round pick. Maybe that can continue.
Yeah, we know who's not going to be kicking any field goals for the Cleveland Browns today, and that is Cade York. Good luck in Washington, buddy.
Bye. See, I also read that the conditional 7th-round pick is based upon if he plays 2 games. Once he plays 2 games, then they get that 7th-round pick, which is a good for nothing, right? Because basically they're going to cut him anyway, so put him on the practice squad. But here's another Andrew Berry smart move. If he does play for 2 games and they get a different kicker and they cut him, you can still get Cade York and still put him on your practice squad.
Yeah.
And you basically got an extra 7th-round pick for nothing. Because I don't think Cade York is going to be their long-term answer at Washington. But you could possibly get a 7th-round pick or for basically nothing at all. And use that 7th-round pick, as we see Andrew Berry do, maneuver in the draft and get extra stuff out of it.
The only thing I didn't like about that is obviously we picked him up in the 4th round because he was from LSU. He was
Yeah.
supposed to be amazing, and it just didn't work out, unfortunately. That's one of those scenarios where you win some, you lose some. We took a huge shot and lost on that one. But he looked good coming back.
He did. He did. The high end of his career was beating Baker. The low end of his career was missing every kick after that. So, I mean, I do think he's young, and I do think if they're patient, I think that's why Andrew Berry is going back to that well. Maybe he wants to, because I think he feels like there's some value there if he can get his confidence back up. You know, he does. He did have a strong leg, man. He's just too strong at times. You could even see in the preseason he didn't know how to boot kick it. You know, he kept on kicking it in the end zone, which I think he was forgetting that you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it happens. But the big story tonight is Deshaun Watson going to play. I say put him out there. They were talking about putting him out there for maybe like 15 plays, doing 10 run plays and then 5 passing plays. I'd be all right with that. I want to see him out there.
Yeah.
I do want to see him out there. I want to see him take a hit. You're going to have to do it in 2 weeks, man. It's time. Now or never.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't. If they do, I agree with you. Getting him at least, going in for a series is a waste. I think they should do at least 2 or 3. If you do it, then let him get hit. Let him get used to the hitting again. It's been a while since he's been hit.
Right.
But then again, if they don't, I understand. I understand the theory of the philosophy around this. Like, you don't want to get him hit too much. You don't want to, risk injury. If it's raining, he can slip and, knowing his luck, he'll do something, and the Browns fans would be rioting downtown.
Very true. I would honestly, if Deshaun's not going to play, I would like to see Jameis Winston out there more, because that's our number 2. We're going to have to look forward to him playing when Deshaun can't. And as of right now, it seems like the arm soreness could be an issue throughout the year, because it was a big surgery. I guess it's a surgery where a lot of baseball players get, but now it's becoming more and more popular in the NFL. So that could be a common problem in the near future. We don't know, unfortunately, how it's going to work out for our quarterback. I know everybody's mad about the salary we gave this guy. Get over it. He's like the 11th highest paid now, so that's done. Every quarterback's going to start making big money.
And Baker. You can say that about any player. I mean, any player that isn't playing that's making, what's the minimum, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. I mean, you can say that about any player. Like, you get paid $800,000 to us, a lot more than I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Why ain't they playing? I mean, you can say that about any player. I mean, look around the league, many people are holding out because they're not getting an extra. This is going to be a future show talk, so I'm not going to get too deep into it.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to play because I'm not getting an extra $2 or $3 million a year. It's ridiculous. So let's complain about them too. But his money is his money. I mean, you can't control that. They paid him, which if you want to look at it from a positive, I know this is a positive Brown show today. From a positive perspective, at least you have a regime that sees the future in that way, where the trajectory is going to go up on certain quarterbacks or certain positions, right? So you kind of get ahead of it, give them the big money now. By that way, in 3 or 4 years, their money is basically on the low end of their position.
Right. It's something we got to deeply take into consideration. Again, we talked about it last week, where teams are able to have 3 quarterbacks on their roster. Only 12 teams did that last year, because obviously you want 2 quarterbacks to keep up that 3rd roster spot. But in this scenario, watching last year as well kind of keeps you skeptical about the whole quarterback situation again. So I think we're going to keep 3. I mean, and in the end, I think it's going to be Watson, Huntley, and brain fart.
DTR.
Yeah.
DTR.
No. DTR is
Jameis
Winston. Sorry.
I keep on forgetting we have Jameis at times. I really do. And that's, I guess, from me, that should be more encouraging, because if I forget that we have a decent backup quarterback, then I'll be feeling more positive about it. But always think like, man, our backup quarterbacks, Huntley or DTR. And no, it's Watson. I mean, Winston.
Yeah, and that's Watson, Winston. That's a tongue twister, man. And that's why I want to see him play tonight, because if something does happen to Watson again, we're going to need him. He's going to have to show up. And if he could ball as good as he talks, then
I mean, even if he can give us what Flacco gave us, right? If you want to go in comparison, like Flacco gave us 2 interceptions a game and 3-4 touchdowns. If our defense is as good or better than last year, you can say that Jameis can be a winning quarterback here. Because Flacco was somewhat of a winning. Well, he was a winning, not someone. He was a winning quarterback. So the comparisons there, and like we talked about before, like Jameis is younger, so you can have him for the near future as a backup, which he is good because he'll get better each year as he's in the same system too.
right. We watched a miraculous year last year. Obviously, the line was down again.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks, 5 of them. I mean, we went through hell and back last year and still managed to make it to the playoffs.
Offensive line was a disaster. If they could maneuver this disaster in the beginning of the season and somehow end up 500 by the I was gonna say by the playoffs by the bye week.
Week 10, I believe.
Yeah, that would be a win if they come in with all these headaches, all these injuries, But if they don't, if they have some people healed up, they need to be at least 6-4 by week 10 in order to have a shot at this division or even playoffs.
That's legitimately my only concern with all the injuries that have stacked up. Obviously, Ward, his 5th concussion is confirmed.
Yeah, and he's going to play still, which is scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about that, it's just under 1 a year because he's been in the league, 4 or 5 years?
I believe so.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's averaging a concussion every year, just about, and that's some scary stuff.
Could this be his last year? That's another thing he's got to take into consideration. As a fan, we all want to see him out there and play, and that's awesome. Get out there and play, but your life is on the line at that point. So you got to somewhat take that into consideration, man. I don't want to see anybody die over a game. So,
yeah, let's hope that he doesn't get another one during the season, because then I think at some point the team is going to have to step in and be like, listen, man, this isn't good. We're going to have to sit you down longer than usual. Maybe that's why Andrew Berry's always been ahead at the corner position, because he kind of knows his weaknesses, which seems to be health. Even Newsome sometimes gets a little dinged up, so maybe he wants to consistently have that good corner in the background waiting.
Yeah,
and maybe it has a lot to do with like Emerson. I don't know his size. Maybe it has to do a lot with the size when it comes to the corner. Why because him and Newsome seem to be smaller.
Everybody's saying he needs to learn how to tackle. Stop leading with your head. Obviously, that's a penalty, but
Greg Williams say something about that when he was here, and got pretty upset when he said that. Like, fans got upset because they're defending him, but there might be some truth to that. There might be some truth that he needs to tackle better.
Yeah. 2 people during today's game I want to show up, and that's going to obviously be Jermaine Ifedi, left tackle. He's going to have to. He's going to have to step up. Out of Texas A&M, man. You out of a good school. I mean, let's do it. And, what's his name? Tony Fields, I believe? Tony Brown. I'm sorry, Tony Brown, the DB, gave up 2 big touchdowns last week, almost uncontested, it seemed.
Yeah.
Just effortless.
How many people are going to stay up and actually watch this game, though? It's at 10 o'clock. Oh, you are? I'm going to try, man, but my old body seems to hit at times, and it's just like I'm done by 9:30. Like,
I think we went to bed at like 10.
No, I went to bed at 9. Yeah, I went to bed about 9. Oh, then again, during the week, I get up pretty early. But so by Friday, I want to go to bed by 7. So maybe I'll stay up and try it. It depends. If Watson plays, I'll probably stay up and watch to see what he looks like, what the offense kind of looks like. And that's what worries me, too, is this offense. What worries me is not Watson playing. What worries me is how's this offense going to look week 1 if it's not fully implemented during the preseason. I know they had scrimmages with Minnesota, and that helped a little bit, but consistency and cadence and getting familiar with the players and the play calling in the huddle was a big issue.
I'm wondering if at some point Stefanski's got this playbook drawn up just for preseason. To not let everybody know what we're possibly going to be doing during the regular season. That could be an issue because these players could be focused more on, possibly a playbook that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the other problem, right? I mean, I'm sure they're running practices and they're playing what's in the playbook as opposed to what's the preseason playbook. But at the same time, it's like, man, I see, because I'm torn. It's like I feel like they need live reps sometimes. But for me, it's like I wish they would have done that game 1 and game 2 live reps during these games, as opposed to depending on game 3, where it's like, well, if the weather, like in Seattle, for instance, like the weather may dictate what they do now, as opposed to it not, which sucks.
Yeah. Is anybody else in here? All 25 of you right now are going to stay up and watch the game tonight? Is that an option? Does anybody even care about tonight's game, if Deshaun Watson plays or not?
One thing I can say is that fans care about the preseason, like the Browns. I don't know. Maybe we should talk to Chad about this because he has a more of an outside perspective being in California. But I feel like fans here really care about the preseason, where it's like we need our quarterback to look like Joe Montana. If not, then the season's gonna suck. It's like, well, not true, not necessarily true. Like you brought up a good point where the Browns one year went 4-0. Wasn't that their 0-16 season?
Yeah, we won every preseason game.
Like we're preseason champs, but our season we were winless. So I mean, you can't really dictate that. But I think there's a good balance where you kind of want to see your first team offense look good or confident, as opposed to not playing at all.
That's huge. Chad and I believe, talked about it that night you got called in, where college doesn't have a preseason.
Yeah.
They have their camps. I wouldn't mind getting a little exhibition game against another team, bring another team in for a day or two and have a joint practice. That's fine. Jeff, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us on the Browns Morning Brew, something we're going to do.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this more consistent. Browns Morning Brew.
I'm like Jameis Winston. I'm a poet.
Yeah. if not on Sunday mornings, maybe it'll be more able to do it on Saturdays.
Yeah.
We'll be flexible. If you're flexible with us, you'll be flexible with you. I have church on Sunday, so it'll be kind of like, and I have 2 kids who don't listen a lot in the morning, so it'll be like, I'll be trying to do a podcast and you hear my wife screaming, "Get your dress on." I mean, it'd be good for the show, but my wife wouldn't be too happy about that. But we'll see. Either way, I like the idea of being able to come in on a show that isn't structured in a way where we have to be time consent. I like to be able to flow. Like the topics might be like, hey, what's your favorite food? Or like, what's your favorite energy drink? I mean, it's not all Browns topics, Keep it open. There
Jeff
you go.
said, I'll be tailgating Sunday morning. Jeff, I will be for the Dallas game.
Jeff, just have the show on Sunday mornings while you tailgate. That's free advertisement.
Yeah, I think I could run the show from the tailgate.
Yeah.
I have to run it off my iPad, but maybe I could do it off my phone. I don't know. Maybe.
What you should do is definitely go live on the Browns page when you're down there.
Yeah, I was going to do that last Saturday, and I was like, we were on a boat all day, and I was drunk. There's no way.
I was
drunk. I was going live while we're at the game.
It was all sweaty and hot.
It was, too. It was hot, dude. I had a chicken or steak Philly and then some fries and cheese sauce, dude. It was probably all over my beard. There's no way I was going live.
That's the problem with beard. You get food in it.
Save it for later.
Yeah. Like, hold on.
Yep.
Chicken nugget.
A whole chicken nugget in the beard.
Oh, chicken nugget. No, yeah. So back to the game. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Preseason, do you guys like it or not? I have a HD60 you can use if you need it. No, Jeff, you use it down there while you tailgate and just stream the show live and say, hey, guys, listen to this podcast every Tuesday at 7:30.
I'll have to meet Jeff down. I've never met Jeff in person. We've been friends on Facebook for a while. We're in a couple of groups together that consist of stuff that goes bang really loud. But yeah.
Censored.
That's how I met him.
Yeah. So are you going to go down there because you're going to the Dallas game? You're going to go down there and tailgate early, obviously.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go down there at noon. I'm going to meet up with that other guy, I forget his name, that Eric kid that was on the show last week.
Okay.
He does a bunch of tailgating down there, and he cooks a bunch of food and everything. He's got a menu made up and all that.
Oh, yeah, he invited you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So I'm gonna probably meet him down there, give him a hand.
Jeff said you can stream remotely down there. He has a capture card to stream remotely.
Oh, I could do that on the GoPro. I just haven't set it up.
Dude,
yeah.
I'll be tempted to stay home. And if you can go live and stream, I'll be sick that Sunday. Can't go to church. I'm just playing.
Skip church for a week.
No, I would. I mean, I'll set it up to where, I'll let my wife know, listen, like, if we go, we'll go to the later service. Actually, no, because then I'll come home after. No, I just won't go to church. No, it would be dope to have you live down there. If you can, no pressure. And then we can stream Sunday.
Yeah, and you know what else I could do? If I can take my GoPro in, I'll wear the little chest thing, and I will do like I would love to set up a booth, Jeff.
Like a POV type of thing.
Yeah, like walk through the whole stadium and let everybody know that hasn't been to the stadium that we just needed the damn dome already. That'd be awesome too.
Look how crappy the crappers are. You know?
I was in the bathroom and I sent Angel and Chad a picture like overhead. There was a guy behind me. I felt weird doing it, but like I said, I was inebriated at the point, and I'm like, these facilities suck.
The facilities do suck. I think the guy that invited you said that you can do something there as far as the podcast. I maybe read that wrong, but
yeah, I would have to check into that. I would be able to go live on my phone single-handedly. I don't know if I'd be able to add. I should be able to add you, but it wouldn't be through everything. I'd have to go live on like one thing. I couldn't do it through Streamlabs, I don't believe.
Yeah, even if you can go live on your phone, I think that would be beneficial to show people like what's going on down there during pregame. That's never been down there.
Not a bad idea.
We'll set that up. Good idea, Jeff. See, you had us thinking now.
Thank you for joining us, and we talked half the show about setting up a booth downtown sometime. Maybe bring my computer, the generator, loud in the background.
Jeff, do you think Watson should play tonight? Comment down below. Yeah, to go back to that, like Watson does need reps. I don't think Watson needs reps because when they asked him, he kind of was thrown off. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm a little nervous about Game 1 against Dallas. The only plus side is CeeDee Lamb's situation with them is a distraction, so that might benefit us. Our defense seems to be non-issue per usual, so that helps.
Hopefully Dak will throw 3 interceptions.
Hopefully Miles will be Miles, and he'll do Miles things and get like 3 sacks. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure we'll give our predictions on Game 1 here soon. But
what do you think the score tonight's going to be?
Tonight, wow. The scores have been low throughout the NFL in preseason. Hasn't been anything huge. I think last night's game was pretty big.
We got a safety last week, remember?
Yeah. Let's go with the score. The Browns 17, Seattle 21.
Oh man, that was close. I was gonna go Browns 13, Seattle 24.
See, yeah, we're gonna say either way the Browns lose, they go 0-3 in the preseason. Fans get worried, and it means nothing.
Jeff says, I think he should sit. He's very injury prone, so he'll be taking it easy. Look like garbage, or go hard and get hurt. Either way, there's no upside.
Exactly.
But you can't think that way. Every quarterback, if you think about it, could be injury prone. They're not used to. I mean, they're used to taking hits, but.
Hey Jeff, let's talk about that real quick. Watson is not injury prone. let's think about, like, when people think like we talked about this in the show before, like injury prone, someone who's consistently getting injured. When was the last time outside of last year with the shoulder Watson was injured and didn't play? You can't think of a time because it never happened. He was injured, but he played through his injuries. He had like a rib, he had a wrist issue in Houston, but he played. The only time he missed an extensive amount of time was during his legal situation and
This injury.
his shoulder injury. So Jeff, he's not injury prone at all.
We had
The
a show on
problem
that
is-
actually too. We
Yeah,
he played with a punctured lung in Texas,
yeah.
and he couldn't drive or he couldn't fly, so he took
Yeah.
a bus down
Took
to
a bus
play that
to
game.
play. So he is like the misconception of he is an injury prone player is wrong. But the reason why people think that is because he hasn't played consistently in 2 years, which I could understand. Like, I'm sympathetic to why people think that way. Like, we haven't seen him play. Well, it's because his legal issues, and last year he had that bum shoulder. He tried to play through, by the way.
Yeah,
He just was not successful, and that Indy game looked horrible.
every pass was
Horrible.
at the ground.
Every
it seemed.
pass was like bad. Like, as soon as he threw the ball, he thought like, crap, this dude's not gonna make it through this game.
But yeah, we get to see some more of that fantastic kickoff tonight. The hybrid kickoff, as I like to tell Chad, it's called.
Yeah.
That'll be fun to see some more of.
Yeah. To see also too, what's going to be exciting about that is what they do in season, because they're not showing anything preseason. They're just, you can
Winging
tell
it.
they're just kicking the ball, and they're trying to get the players used to less the rules of the game as opposed to the strategy of it. But it'll be interesting to see what they do, whether someone catches it and someone comes, they do a reverse pitch, to kind of throw off the gunners. So it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah. Onside kick, Jeff, now has to. If you're
Yeah,
going to do an onside kick, first and foremost, you
You have to
cannot do
let
it until
them
the
know.
fourth quarter.
and you have to let them know, right?
Yeah, you have to let them know so everybody can line up correctly, because you can't. How are you going to kick an onside kick when the whole team's up front and you got, what is the kicker going to kick it 10 yards and then boom, run up and grab it, and everybody else
Yeah.
is just like, oh, dude, yeah. So you have to announce that you're going to do it now. The refs will tell the other team so everybody can line up correctly, but you are not allowed to, no fakes, and you cannot run an onside kick until the fourth quarter.
Yeah. The point of all this is it's twofold. It's to prevent injury and to make the kickoffs more exciting, right? So we'll see if it works. Chad doesn't think it will. I think it would add another 10 yards, which helps as opposed to kickbacks all the time. So we'll see. And I mean, it's good. It's good excitement for at least for the first 8 games until people realize either A, this is stupid, or let's change the rule again.
And I wish they would, honestly, and hopefully when the season starts, they'll get rid of that safe zone lines that they put, one at the end zone and one at the 20-yard line. I don't think that should be there. Just let it go.
Oh, you're talking about the rule or the TV?
The on TV.
Oh, I think they're probably going to keep it that way so people can get used to the new rule of what the safe zone looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, after preseason, we've all watched it.
Yeah.
Take it down. No need for that. Just
I mean,
another,
they have first line markers, so, and on TV, so they probably just keep it just for.
I don't
they
know if you
wanna
guys
look cool.
seen Barry Shuck's story either on how they're going to do like the first downs and all that now. I don't know if they got like a chip in the ball or what, but it's supposed to be able to read if there's an actual first down now.
As opposed to, they're trying to get rid of the chain gang,
Yeah,
right?
because those guys take hits worse than Deshaun Watson.
And that's a good take right there. A lot of people probably don't consider that. It's like maybe they're trying to limit the amount of people on the sideline because you got chain gang, you got cameramen, you got pitcher people, and people are just taking hits at their hits. And I wonder if the NFL, I wonder if people have to sign a disclosure that, hey, if you get hit, it's your fault, type of thing.
Well, not only that, imagine how many times now you don't even see the chain gang come out. It's very rare I see them come out
Very
now because
rare.
it's able to be zoomed in on, and not like back in the day when a chain gang would come out twice
And
every
measure.
quarter.
Yeah, and measure it. And people are waiting with anticipation to see if they got a first down.
It's a waste of time. But yeah, We said we were going to do a 20-minute show. We're 30 minutes in. This is our first time doing the Morning Browns Brew. Should it be the Morning Browns Brew or the Browns Morning Brew?
No, Browns Morning Brew.
The Browns Morning Brew.
Browns
My
Morning
wife has
Brew.
spoken.
Yeah.
I will
Women are
change
normally,
that.
or I almost said a sexist thing, so I'll stop. No, I would have asked my wife. She would have probably said the same thing because they're more creative than.
Us.
Well, my wife is more creative than my brain. Let me just say, my wife is more creative than me when it comes to creativity. But 20 minutes. I don't think we've ever honor our time limit. I think we always go over. I mean, when it comes down to intersection. Wow.
I'm going to read it. When it comes down to inches, ask a woman. An inch matters.
Yeah.
We're talking about the chain gang here. So
and Jeff has took it to a totally different level. Thanks, Jeff.
a whole
So there's a lot of, I think NFL is going to eventually move to a lot of stuff being AI generated or technology anyway. So they're going to try to do less human stuff, which is going to be weird from a fan element, but you'll get the information right away. Because a lot of it was like, oh, did we get the first down? And the anticipation of the chain gang coming out and kind of like stretching your heart rate out for 20 seconds to see if it's a first down or not. It's insane.
We'll get over that.
Yeah, we will.
Just like all the other rule changes that are happening. Well, we'll get over those as well.
Like
football.
the hip tackle. I wonder how that's going to impact the game. No more of that. And if it does, it's a penalty, right? Is it a spot foul or is it 15 yards?
I think it's 15 yards, and I've seen a couple hip tackles and it not be called already. So,
which is weird.
I'm wondering if the refs are just going to be like, yeah, we're not going to call that.
Because
over there.
How else are they going to tackle?
Yeah.
Other than that, and then shoestring tackles are going to be a thing. So then people's ankles are going to get hurt. Then they're going to be like, oh, now we got to ban the shoestring tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't tackle them head on, just let them run past you and score. The point of the NFL is to make entertainment. We want the score to be 80 to 90 by the end of 5 years, anyways.
Jeff said we could blame him. He always drives us off topic.
Yeah. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's going to be good for this show, but not good for the Tuesday show.
Sam's. Go ahead. You read Sam's.
I'm watching the old man nap so I can watch tonight's game. Go Browns. I'm going to have to take it. Hey, I'm with you, Sam. Problem is my neighbors are doing this camp out thing, which is starting at 2 p.m. So my kids are friends with their son. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to take a nap because I'm going to be over there. Like, we were going to set up a tent, but my daughter has a little cough, so we'll probably just come home. But they do this. Well, she just told me no, so that means that's not going to happen. But so they do this tent thing, and everyone stays the night over in the tent. And
not happening.
Okay.
She has spoken.
She has spoken. But I don't know. I'll probably come over to at least try to watch the game if they don't have it on over there. But I won't be able to take a nap because I'll be over there around people all day.
We have some friends coming over at 2. We're going to have a little cookout, and then we're going to the Combines tonight at 7 at the fair. Combine Derby. Yeah.
Oh, you said Combine. I'm like, wait, NFL Combine?
No, I wish.
That would be a cool experience to do, go to NFL Combine. That would be dope.
Yeah. It's always in, what is it? Lucas Oil Center.
What do you guys do there at a combine at a fair?
Watch cars crash into each other.
Oh, a derby. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. So I'm going to pregame here and then go there.
What fair?
Lorain County.
Oh, Lorain County. Okay.
Yeah, that's all week. So our kids don't start school until next week. Yeah.
Oh, see, my kids went to school. This started last Thursday. Or this past Thursday.
They always wait till after the fair week. I think it should be like the NFL where they give you a week before after the fair because like my son is up there selling goats and cows. And
yeah, he's hustling. So does he raise his own goats and cows?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Not fun.
My kids will love that. Oh, it's not fun?
It's work. That kid just came home every day miserable, sits on a couch, eats dinner, and then either passes out or plays video games.
Oh,
That's
it's
the life.
golfing, huh?
And he sold his first
Nice.
goat, and he came home and cried because it was his favorite goat.
Ah, the conflict.
Yeah.
Do I make money and sell my favorite goat or not?
He
That's
did. He did
crazy.
well. $675 for his first goat.
Nice. So does he keep that, or does he have to kind of like? Is that
No,
his
they keep
own?
it. And it's weird, dude.
Oh.
Like, so Amanda was there yesterday, and they, the 4-H program, sold a peach cobbler or like a homemade peach pie for $2,400.
$2,400?
Yeah, because it all goes towards 4-H, and then a quilt
Oh.
went for like $1,000.
Oh, okay. So people are basically donating to 4-H.
It was what? Yeah, it was auctions for
Auction.
4-H.
Okay.
Yeah, charity auction. And if
okay.
believe me, if I bought a $2,400 pie, I'm hanging that
I would-
sucker on my wall.
I'm freezing it.
Yeah.
Deep freezing it. No one's eating this pie. For
Yeah, don't ever
2,400.
touch this pie.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. So the Browns are playing tonight, 10 o'clock, guys. Stay up and watch it. See what happens. See if we see Deshaun Watson play. I would like to see a little bit of everybody play, even the starters. I would like to see Miles out there. For at
Do you
least,
think any of the receivers will play? Njoku, Cooper?
I want to see him out there. I want to see at least all of them out there for 10 plays. It would be cool.
I guess
the
if
starters.
the news starts to drop that the receivers are not playing, then we can kind of assume probably Watson won't play, because I don't think they're going to have Watson out there with second and third string receivers or even tight ends. Because would you want to risk, hypothetically, even if it's 1%, anything happening, him throwing to somebody who's just barely going to make the team as opposed to practice squad?
I would, because if that's your number one quarterback and you're throwing to a second or third string wide receiver, where your second and third string quarterback would throw to him and it's not going to look as good, give those guys a better chance to see a starting quarterback out there making plays happen rather than biffing it like they did last week. When I believe it was DTR threw a heavily contested pass to Jamari Thrash, and it, got bounced out and it was intercepted. Deshaun Watson could probably make wiser decisions than the second and third string. I think that would give the second and third string wide receivers a better chance to showcase what they're able to do with a better quarterback out there. I want to see Jamari Thrash. I said it when we drafted a guy.
Yeah,
that he was my guy.
I think he should play more. I think because I've liked what he's done so far this preseason in the role he has played so far. And I know we have him like a wide receiver 4 or 5, whatever. But I think what he has shown is really good skills.
He's got hands. He's fast. You can play him as slot if you want. I mean,
that would if he turns out, that would change the dynamic of Barry's draft as far as receiver. Because if you get was he a 5th round?
Yeah.
5th round receiver.
Crap.
6th round.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure that out. I can't remember right now.
For some reason, I thought he was a 5th round. But if you can get, not only you can get good corners late, but at least decent receivers late, then your front load of your draft is going to be great, because that means you can typically fill your roster out late with players that would just add to your roster.
All right, he was the 5th round, 156th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, that's what I thought, 5th round. Yeah, I mean, I like what he's done early, man. I really have. I'm kind of surprised because I was kind of like, if we get something out of him, it's better than nothing. But now it's kind of like he has DPJ vibes for me, where I thought DPJ was going to be consistently better here, but for some reason kind of faded away.
He seems to be the one that's going to really set it off. I'm hoping. I hope to see him start this year too. Even if it's them switching in and out between, if they try to put like David Bell out there or something, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of David Bell.
Yeah, I because of his Thrash's emergence, I don't know if David Bell will even be on the team. I hate to say that because I'm a big Bell fan, but I could be surprised. Maybe they'll lower him on the rankings, but yeah.
Yeah, Sam says, it sounded like Watson isn't going to play tonight. Something about arm soreness. And we talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we talked about in the show where Mary Kay came out, and I felt like that was just a prelude of, A, he's not playing because of arm soreness, which is what you would say when you don't want your quarterback to play in the preseason. He's healthy, but we need to think of something to kind of not make everyone upset why he's not playing, which is weird because listen, like New York, go to the Jets, right? You have friggin' Aaron Rodgers didn't play all last year, right? He played maybe one series or two in New York, and he's not playing in the last preseason. And New York is okay with it. They're like, oh, cool. Save him.
Yeah, but also
and
you
say
got to
no.
think Aaron Rodgers has got 15 years of age on Deshaun
Yeah,
Watson.
but I mean, Watson knows what he knows already. He's not one preseason game is not going to change that. As the only thing I'm concerned about, what I agree with you with is uh the chemistry. I do think, but that's why I go like if the receivers number one receivers aren't playing, what's the point of putting him out there for chemistry's sake if he's not throwing to those receivers anyways?
Yeah.
And Thrash is 6 receptions this preseason for 68 yards, which he's averaging 11 yards per reception, which is huge numbers for a fifth round guy. Not huge, but good numbers for a fifth round guy
Absolutely.
with the limited role they have so far.
So yeah, we'll end the show on that. Happy preseason 3 game day, everybody.
Yes, final preseason. This will be next Tuesday will be the last preseason talk of the Bearded Browns podcast, but it was our first time ever doing it. I thought it went well.
Yeah. We're about 3 months in from doing this for 1 year, and we like it. We're going to keep it coming. Thank you guys all for joining us, and subscribing, share it. We're going to do this on the weekends before games, me and Angel for sure. Chad is still sleeping when we're doing this. He's 3 hours behind.
Yeah, he's in California time.
Yes. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. All 42 of you guys, we appreciate it. Like, share. Check us out on YouTube. We got a bunch of stuff on there as well. Yeah. Until then, we will see you guys Tuesday.